I've designed this learning engagement on criterion-based assessment geared towards MYP teachers who are new to the program. So I'll start by introducing the session's aims and objectives, and for these I'm really looking at hitting both the philosophical side of criterion-based grading and also the practical application of how we apply this to assessments in our classrooms. So I'll start out with a quick feeling check, asking teachers to reflect on how they feel about criterion-based assessment right now by identifying a person on the tree. And then after a short video to just introduce and start with a little bit of humor, we'll actually go into a card game. And in this card game, as described in my presentation, each teacher will be given a card with a different type of grade on it, something like an 84% or a check plus, or actually a section from the MYP rubric, and asked to circulate through the room and talk to different people about what is their grade and what can they do to improve their score. This will lead us into a discussion about how traditional based grading really doesn't give much feedback into how students can really understand how to improve their scores, but by using criterion-based grades as assessed through rubrics, they have a lot more information available to them. This will bring us into really our first aim of the session with a short table discussion around the why behind assessment. Why do we give assessments? Why do we give grades? What's the purpose? And how do we give effective feedback? And from there, we'll then examine the actual assessment criteria for each of the subject groups, looking for trends and similarities and differences across the criteria throughout the subjects. And then have the teachers go into a shared Google document working with their subject group, subject group colleagues to identify what are different types of assessments that they can actually give that will meet each of the criteria for their subject area. By doing this in a shared document, this can also foster interdisciplinary understanding between the subject groups. And then we'll end with a short table group conversation around really what does grading communicate, what does assessment feedback communicate, and what is the benefit of specific feedback. And then we'll wrap up with the same feeling check as a reflection to see how people's ideas have changed from the beginning to the end of the presentation.